Hi everyone, Christina Werner here with another video for SimonsTheStamp.com. Today I'm going to be showing you something really fun that you can do with the Happy Mail Valentine's Day Limited Edition kit. And I thought I would show you how to make a really cute set of little treat boxes using the pattern papers in the kit. And then you can use a couple of the other little odds and ends, all the die cuts and ephemera, to decorate your box. Now this is something that you could do with a larger sheet of pattern paper, and you would get a box that is roughly double the size. For instance, these are 6 by 6 sheets of paper, so this makes about a 2 by 2 box. But if you used 12 by 12 paper, it would be about a 4 by 4 box. I've created boxes like this in the past. It's been a long time. And when I made this one, I remembered how much I love making these. This particular size, made with the 6 by 6 paper in the kit, is perfect for a couple of little treats to go inside. So when you make the bottom of the box and also the top of the box, they're nearly the same exact size. So normally when you would put this box together, the top would come all the way down to the bottom, and then you wouldn't see this cute pattern paper poking out the bottom. But I'll show you how you can make sort of a stopper inside that makes it so that the top box doesn't fall down all the way on. Okay, so I've got this cute ribbon on it. I'm going to take this off and just show you the inside of the card, or the box I should say. So you can take the top of the box off, and then you have a really cute little cloud box inside. You notice that this side is bowing a little bit. I'll show you how we'll fix that on the example today. But then when you go to put the box top on, tuck all the little corners in, you can press down and the little cardstock lining inside makes it so that the top doesn't come all the way down over the box. These boxes are super easy to create. I learned how to make them, I think, in junior high school. So if you've never tried one of these boxes, now is the time. For your box, you're going to need 2 pieces of 6 by 6 pattern paper. We're going to cut one down to a smaller size, but for now, you just want 2 6 by 6 sheets. I'm going to be making 3 boxes today. I've decided I'll pair these two patterns, and then these 2 patterns. These other pieces of pattern paper have little elements on them that would be great to cut down and decorate the box. So that's why I've chosen to not use these 3 sheets in particular. All right, let's start with this set of pattern paper first. You need to decide which will be the bottom of your box and which will be the top. I think I'm going to have this one, well, let's see, I'm trying to decide. Of all of these, I think I'll have this one be the top of the box. So we're going to start with that one first. And you're going to see me make this box twice, the bottom of the box and also the lid. So no worries if you don't catch it this first time around. One thing you'll want to have nearby is a bone folder. You'll want to crease the folds fairly well while we make the box. Another thing to note is that traditionally you wouldn't use as thick of paper for this box, but we're using pattern paper and it's a nice sturdy patterned cardstock. So it's going to be just a little bit harder to fold. If you want to do something that's a little bit easier, maybe try a lighter weight pattern paper. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the pattern paper. We're going to make sure the side that we want to be shown on the outside of the box is facing up for this first initial fold. We're going to fold in half one way, and you don't have to crease this one as much. I'll crease the ones later. And then you're going to fold half the other direction. We basically want to find where the exact center of the piece of paper is. Okay, so this is what we have. We're going to turn it over. So now the side that we want on the outside of the box is on the bottom. And I'm going to take my pencil, and sometimes it's a little bit hard to see on these pattern papers. I'm going to mark where this very center of the paper is, just a little dot. That's going to help me with the next steps. I'm going to take the outer corner and bring it right into that center and then crease it really well. I'm going to do that all the way around. It's okay if you have a few little gaps, like I've got a little gap down here, the pattern paper underneath is showing through. Not a huge deal. This will still look great. So I'm bringing up all 4 sides. Until I have a new smaller shape. All right, now I'm going to take the straight sides, not the corners, and bring them into the center. This is where it gets a little tricky because the cardstock, the paper is pretty sturdy, but you know, just be patient with yourself. Crease those folds as best that you can. I'm going to bring in this side as well. This is a pretty forgiving box, so if you don't get everything lined up just right, you're going to be okay. All right, I'm going to open that up, and I'm going to fold the other direction now. We're almost done here. This is the last kind of more difficult fold. All right. So now I'm going to take this and fold out the center corners. So it looks like this. I'm going to fold up these 2 straight edges. Those are going to be the sides of our box. And then you're going to have this little area right here where these corners want to come in and meet. You're going to go ahead and just fold those in on themselves. You can kind of see the box taking shape now. All you have to do is fold this side down, and you've created one of the sides of the box. Well, now we've got 3 technically. So when you come to this side and do the same thing, it's going to want to just fold in on itself. It makes it super easy. And then fold that down. Now I like to go through and just really reinforce that fold with my bone folder. And here we are. Here is the top of our box. Super easy. So when we make the bottom of the box, we want it to be a little bit smaller so that this top of the box can fit over top. This is what I'm going to use for the bottom of the box. And I'm just going to trim off about 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to eyeball it, but if you have a big paper trimmer you want to use for this, you definitely can. I'm just going to take about 1/4 of an inch off each side. You want it to be as square as possible. And you can save those little strips to decorate another envelope or card or another box or whatever you want. All right, now we're going to do the same exact thing with this piece of paper. Remember, we're starting with the pattern we want on the outside facing up. And I'm going to fold my cardstock in half twice, once in each direction. And then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to just mark where the center is so that I can see it a little bit better. I'm going to fold up the corners. All right, and now I'm going to fold up the straight sides. Just like I did before, I want them to meet the best that I can right in the center. I'm going to use my bone folder. Now this box, this side of the box, will be just a little bit smaller. Because of that, the folds might be a little bit harder to get. So just be patient and keep working through it, and it will come together. Okay, so now I'm going to fold this out. And like I did before, I'll fold up the sides to start creating the box. And then bring in these 2 corners and fold down the top. I'll do the same thing on this other side. I'm just going to bring in these corners, and when they start to touch, the paper will start to just kind of go in the direction it needs to, and you'll get a really good side of the box. All right, I'm going to crease these a little bit. Make sure I have a nice sturdy box. And before I do anything else, I'm going to test to make sure that these boxes will nest. Looks like it's great. Now, if you don't want to do the inside liner, you could definitely just have it come all the way down up to the bottom. I'm not going to do that because I want to pull it apart. But we're going to do an inside liner for for this. It's going to make it so that the top doesn't come all the way down. You're going to need a piece of cardstock for this. This is one of the complementary colors in the card kit. You'll have it cut to 1.5 inches tall by 8.5 wide. And as we come to put score lines on this, we want it to make it the exact width of this box. This is in the bottom of the box. So I'm just kind of laying it on top here, kind of getting an idea of where it needs to be. For this first one, it looks like 2 inches is perfect. So now what I'm going to do is I want to make the other score line just a little bit shy of 2 inches so that it fits inside the smaller box nicely. If you notice on my mini scoreboard, I've got a lot of score lines right here. So I want it to be a little shy of 2 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and just put my score line that I've already done. I'm going to put it right there on the 4.5 mark. Actually, I'll put it on the 4. And then coming over here to the 6, I'm just going to go 1 tick over. And that's going to give me just shy of 2 inches. I'll do the same thing with this next score line. Put it right at 4 and go just shy of 6. And then this last one, again, at 4 right here. And just shy of 6. All right, so now we've got these 4 panels plus a little flap here. So now you're going to take an adhesive and you're going to add just a little bit of adhesive on the very bottom of the cardstock and then one on the flap going down that side. I'm going to fold all these down and I'm going to tuck that flap on the inside and press it right there. All right, now we're going to come to the bottom of our box, slide this in until it feels nice at the bottom, and then I'm going to press the cardstock to the box, and that's going to make that adhesive stick. All right, so now I have my little liner in the box. There's a few little gaps, but that's okay. This is a handmade box after all. And then I can take the top and fit it just over the bottom, tuck in those corners. And when I come to close it, it's going to stop right there because that blue cardstock inside is holding it up. Super easy. You could probably get a couple different chocolate truffles inside. It would be really, really cute. I have some chunky twine from Doodlebug here. And I'm just going to wrap it around my little box. All right, so there's our first box, or technically I should say second box. Where I'm going to do one more and I'll speed through it and put some music over the top. But I do want you to see the creation of the box. In fact, I've got 2 more boxes to do. right, so I've cut out all these little tags, and I probably should have tied them on when I did the ribbon, but I totally wasn't thinking ahead. So I just have these little blue dots that I'm going to put on the strings. All right, so here are my little boxes. The tags are perfectly printed on the other side after you cut them out so that you can write a little message for whoever you're giving your box to. So, so cute. Put some truffles or some candies inside, and it's perfect for Valentine's Day. Hope you guys enjoyed this inspiration for what you can do with patterned paper in your kit. You could use this with any pattern paper that you have on hand. Like I said, if you use a bigger piece of pattern paper, you will get a bigger box. So don't be afraid to experiment with a few different types of pattern paper. All of the supplies that I used today are listed down below in the video description and over at the Simon Says Stamp blog, so check that out. This kit is a limited edition kit, so as soon as it's sold out, it is sold out. There are so many other great items in the kit. I have just a few out. I've got the stencil, all of the ephemera that I showed earlier, this great stamp set, which has a lot of the same imagery as on the paper and on the little die cuts. This is Happy Mail, so check that out. You can definitely stamp these little elements and put them on your boxes. Thanks for watching today. I will see you guys in another video very soon.